All right, let's turn our attention now to John Gizzi, Newsmax White House correspondent and chief Washington correspondent. John, it's good to have you with us. We know there's a lot going on here. It's good to have you. We know there's a lot going on in Congress. We wanted to turn our attention to the Pope and climate change because this issue has invaded American politics as well. You focus on this in your new column on Newsmax.com. The French ecology minister, press breakfast in Washington, said that, quote, the argument of the Pope will augment the fight and awaken people to the cause of climate change. So you think this is going to have any impact here on American politics?
Yes, I do. And the French ecology minister, Madame Ségolène Royal, knows from whence she comes from on this. She met with the Pope. She spoke to him shortly before his address to the European Union, and all of the signals she gave out are verified by other sources. It's going to be a very strong message that the Pope and the Vatican are firmly on the side of those who believe that climate change is affecting the poor. Now, as for its impact in the United States, let's slow down a bit and look at this. All questions about the United States to Madame Royal from the American press were prefaced with the case that Americans, more so than Europeans, are skeptical about the science behind climate change. I said that to her myself. The Pope will run into a situation in which many of his own bishops are just simply not enthusiastic about this. The New York Times reported that at a workshop on the coming encyclical on climate change, only 40 out of 250 American church leaders attended, and that the issue shows up nowhere on the list of the top 5 issues that the American clergy are concerned about. It may be Francis's church right now. He's captured the world's imagination, but it still remains the bishops of John Paul II and Benedict XVI, who appointed nearly all of them.
Well, John, in full disclosure, I have not probably been in Mass as much as I should, but I have never once heard my priest or any reference to climate change quite yet. But, you know, you look at that and this guidance that the Pope is going to give with his encyclical to bishops around the world. But then also, of course, the Pope is coming here to the United States. And he's going to have a one-on-one with President Obama, who also supports this climate change agenda. That could change things, though, because, of course, the GOP candidates are going to be out there on the same trail as well. Do you think they'll take the bait and criticize the Pope as Rick Santorum has?
No, I'm not sure that they will. Virtually every American politician, be he Catholic or non-Catholic, will say, I admire Pope Francis immensely, and they should. He has put a new face on Roman Catholicism and at least drawn interest in the Church like no pope in recent memory. Now, that said, they may say that while they indeed honor the Pope, they respectfully disagree with the emphasis he is expected to be putting on climate change. You mentioned the White House. Remember something. It's very clear that pro-climate change politicians worldwide have been in touch with the Vatican and are prepared for this message. Minister Royal certainly was, and the White House has already sent out notices to people to be prepared to come out and speak when the Pope's encyclical comes out. This will be very much welcomed by the Obama White House.
All right, we'll see what happens with that. And John, we're going to ask you to stick around with us. We do want to talk a little bit about Jeb's big announcement coming up today and getting some big endorsements from South Florida-based Cuban-American congressmen, 2 of them, and 1 congresswoman, Ileana Ros-Lehtinen. And so we'll talk about that and much more. John Gizzi's going to stick around with us and give us his take also on the ongoing issue with the TPP and TPA, these big Obama trade deals. They went down in flames even though the president stopped by Capitol Hill late last week. Is a change in strategy going to make it a little bit easier, or are these things sitting there dead in their tracks? We'll be back with more. Roundtable discussion is coming up right after this.